What is up, guys? It is Justice Beaver here. We are back here on the Hunter Call of the Wild, and today we are going after European bison. We are going to be putting together a guide on how you can spawn your very own diamond on Hirschfelden. Bison are a super fun species to go after. They're so big, they're so plentiful on Hirschfelden here, and I really enjoyed going after European bison here and just piling through a lot of animals really quickly. It's a really fun grind. You're gonna find European bison pretty much on this whole western side of the map. So all of these waterways over here, all these little lakes are really productive. So definitely what worked for me the best is to pick out a few lakes where I had a whole bunch of bison on there and just cycle through those lakes and shoot as many bison as I could. They make diamond at 127.62. Their max weight is 920 kgs. So if you see any max weight tracks out there, make sure to follow those, make sure to get their zones and see what it is. Their rare fur types are albino, melanistic, and piebald, and they drink from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So for this hunt, guys, the best way to do it, the most efficient way to do this hunt is to make sure your map is unlocked, and then make sure you also have 16 tents if you can, and having a whole bunch of tripods will help as well. You can definitely do this without tents, if you don't have any cash, but being able to set up tents on these lakes and just hop around really speeds this up. So to start, basically what you're going to do is you're going to drive, you're going to either run around or get in your ATV and drive around some of these lakes. And you really don't have to, you'll probably find bison on all of the lakes if you go check them out, but you really don't have to do that. What I did is I picked several of these small lakes that have been really productive for me in the past, and I just looked for where they're bison. So this lake had a pile of bison. This lake had several male bison up here in this zone. This lake had a pile of bison. This lake here didn't have many, so I didn't really hunt this one. This one had a bunch. This one had a bunch, and this one had a bunch. So get in your ATV, come in during drink time if you want to run in, if you want to just scope them out with your binoculars. But what's faster, what I found faster, is at the end of drink time, get in your four-wheeler, drive around the lakes, and find where exactly the drink zones are. And then what you can do is you can set up tents. So if you have a lake with 2 drink zones on them, you can set up a tent on each drink zone. And then as long as you're about 200 meters away from the drink zone with your tent, you can pop in, the animals will be here, hop in your tripod, shoot some animals, jump over here, hop into a tripod over here, and shoot back over here. On this one, I didn't have bison on this one, so it's not a great example, but it still works. And you can just pick up your animals, jump back over here, pick up your animals, and then move on to another lake. So that is a really efficient way, a fast way to cycle through bison. I shot 124 bison in just a couple of hours. It really went quickly. So as we get started here, let me go ahead and show you guys my inventory and what I was hunting with. The vast majority of this hunt I did with a Arzina 300 mag. This is the new rifle that just came out. Was just released by EW last week, I believe, and man, it was so amazing. Such an incredible addition to the game. I tip my hat to you, EW. This really has changed the game for big game hunting. It carries 5 rounds. It's only 4 kilos, and the follow-up time for follow-up shots, the recoil, it's just so smooth to get off a bunch of shots. So I used this a whole pile. I used the 300 Magnum as my backup gun. And then I also brought the 22. And what I use the 22 for is if there's an animal and it's not broadside, if he's facing me or if he's facing straight away from me, you can shoot in the vicinity of him and he'll turn around and you can get an easy broadside shot. I brought both scopes. I literally only use the Hyperion. There's not really much reason to use the Argus on these massive bison. I brought first aid kit just because sometimes they do charge. I didn't really have to use it. And I brought the doggy biscuits. I don't usually bring these. I don't use them. They're pretty expensive, but there's a lot of tracking involved in this one, especially if you're trying to take follow-up shots and you don't get good vitals. So keeping your dog happy will really reduce the time that it takes to track all of your animals. Brought my binos, and then at the beginning I ran around and I actually didn't have the 300 Magnum. So when you're just setting up your hunt, I would only take the Arzina 300 mag, and then I would take both a tent and your tripod, and that will allow you to get both the tents and the tripods set up really quickly on every lake. And then once you have everything set up just the way you like it, I would recommend doing a couple of cycles through your different lakes you're going to hunt. If you got everything the way you like it, then you can drop your tent, pick up the 300 canning and the 22 LR, and you can be off to the races. So while I'm getting set up here for this hunt, I'm driving around, running around, looking for my need zones. When I come up on a lake that I know has bison, but right now I'm at 1433, so the drink zone is over. What I do is I have a tent set up here, a little ways away, and in my inventory I have both a tent and a tripod. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop on this ATV and I'm going to drive all the way around the lake and find out where exactly the drink zones are. And then once I figured that out, I can reposition, I can put a tent down, I can put my tripods down and get set up for hunting it before I ever actually hunt it. And so getting a handful of lakes set up this way, where you have tents put around the lake, you have tripods set up, will definitely speed up your hunting process once you get to the point of actually starting to shoot your animals. Found this guy here as I was running across the lake. So anytime you can get one of these males down, free and easy like that, you might as well just take them, because it's just going to save you time later. So once you've run around the length of your lake and found out where your need zones are, then you can set up your tents. So I have a huge hub of feeding bison down here, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a tent and a tripod on this end, and then I may even set a tent up on this end just to be able to hop over here a little bit quicker and pick up my bison even quicker and really become efficient as I try to spawn a diamond. And then once you're all set up, this is what it should roughly look like. So I've got my tent over here that I'm going to jump into at the beginning of, or during the drink zone, hop up into this tripod here, shoot my bison over here, and then hop into this tent. And so that can really help you cycle through animals pretty quickly. Okay, so since we know that bison are going to be primarily found on this west side of the map, so everything over here, I've gone ahead and set up on several lakes. And so I'm just going to show you guys which lakes I found the most bison on and will be good shooting lakes for me. I'm set up here, set up here, set up on this one right here. This whole area right here just is chock full of bison for me, so it's not the easiest one to jump around on, but there's just so many zones through here that I'm going to hunt this one probably pretty hard. I'm set up down on this one. I still got to put my other tent over here. I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want it because I have two zones here. I'm set up on this one, and I'm set up on this one. So probably between this area here, this one, and this one, I'll probably do the vast majority of my shooting. Those zones are just full of bison. So that's really all you need to get set up. And now I'm ready to put my tripod away, pull out my other 300, and start the fun part, which is putting bison on the ground. Now you'll notice in this zone I have a few males in here. I got 2 level 3s, and then over here I got a level 2. Bison are a class 5 species, so ordinarily if you were going to do a little bit of herd management, you would leave the 1s and 2s on your map. You wouldn't shoot them. Basically you would go all around the map, find all of your zones, shoot out all of the zones that you weren't going to hunt at for the majority of the time. So I picked these lakes out. You'd shoot out all the other zones till all the males were down to level 1 and 2. Then you would go back, go through your main zones here and shoot all of the males, 1 through 5. On Hirschfelden, that takes a long time, especially on all these windy rivers. It takes a long time around this big lake to find all of your zones and then hop zone to zone, getting all of your bison to level 1 and 2. So for this hunt, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to hunt at these main lakes that I've selected, and I'm going to be shooting all of the males. So the level 1s and 2s will also go, and I think on Hirschfelden here, that'll be the fastest way to spawn a diamond, rather than trying to find all of the zones on the whole map, which will take a long time. We were able to get all 3 from that zone. So that'll definitely help, just getting more spawns quicker. With bison, if you can't take them down quick, you're going to end up tracking a long way. So if you don't think you can get a decent shot on there, then I recommend just leaving it and moving on and trying to get them the next pass through. But on that pass through, I was able to get all 3. Yeah, I guess we dropped that guy. Got him in the brain. Not recommended to go for the brain, but it is effective. A whole bunch of bison, and when they're this packed in, they're kind of hard to pick out. So one thing you can do is you can do the 22 trick for sure, where you shoot the 22 in there and they can kind of spread out a little bit. But as long as I can find 2 shootable males, then I'm gonna go ahead and just take them. So I got this guy here, and then this guy here. My heart rate to come down a little bit. We're gonna take and my other little 2 kind of disappeared on me. Let's take this guy. And I'll take him as well. They flee so slowly that it's hard to not take those follow-up shots. He's going down. Another tip that's especially true for hunting bison is because they flee so slowly, you're going to be taking some follow-up shots. So having your bloodhound with you will speed things up so much just to help with tracking. Ooh, looky here. We got a rare fur there. It's actually my first rare bison. That's pretty exciting. I'm gonna have to come back and make sure to get a good shot on him. Take this guy. It might not be the most ethical thing to pour that much lead into him, but you really want to just get the job done, and you don't want to be farting around too long. It's our first gold here of the hunt. We're looking for a 127.62, so starting to pull some high-level 4s is a good sign. I'm here on the big lake in the southwest corner, and these zones are just absolutely perfect. I've got 5 bison total in this zone, and 3 of them are males, so that's gonna make it really, really easy to be efficient in shooting a bunch of males. And then I've got a single male zone over here, and then over here I have another zone that's got 3 males in it and a small herd. So this is definitely gonna be a lake where I shoot probably the majority of my bison on this hunt while I go for the diamond. 1, 2, and 3. Probably should have left this last guy. It's gonna be a long track. That was a mistake. Let's just see how much lead we can get into him. It's a bad one. Shot. Okay, that's not gonna help. Looks like I had another zone behind me because these bison just came out of nowhere, so that's Literally came out of nowhere. It's a bit of a shooting gallery. This is not my proudest moment here. I'm just mowing these bison down. He's gonna go down. He is gonna make it out alive, unless if we can do something ill-advised. Take another shot across the map. Why not? Go. Let's see what else we got milling about here. Oh, here we go, another buddy. Should be a good one. Somehow this guy is just chilling there, not even phased. Oh, I'm gonna be honest, this is too much fun. I never in a million years do anything like this in real life, but in a video game, why not? This is just, I'm having a lot of fun here on this lake. They just keep coming. Oh, I don't even know how many I just put down. Tracking is gonna be fun. And we haven't even touched this zone over here, so let's stop shooting there. And let's start tracking. We're just gonna count as we go across the lake here. There's blood everywhere. We're just gonna count and see how many of these guys we actually got. Oh, that is so fun. Alright, that's one. Real quick. Step on back up. And there's two. Whole bunch of lead in him. And three. Four. Five. Here comes number 6. Bison on that one go through. And as I'm just picked up my 6th, I just stumbled on another one. He's going aggressive. Let's see it, baby. What you got for me? Oh no, did I just shoot a female? Whoops. And we're just gonna finish off the lake here with our last zone. Knock down a few more of them. Here is our 10th bison, taking on that one little run. And here is lucky number 13. And here's bison number 14. All 14 taken on this lake here in about 5 minutes IRL time. So on some of these zones, I'm having real trouble getting the bison into their zones, even couple hours into their drink zone. And so there's a little trick you can do where you just set the time forward 1 minute. And I know it's expensive, but oftentimes that can spawn them into your zones. There you go. And they come. So it's not the most ideal thing. I don't do it very often because it is expensive, but it can be a useful little trick. Nobody is really broadside, so here's a really helpful trick you can do. If you're not getting any, if they're not giving you any broadside shots, you can just go ahead and fire your 22 out into the middle of them. That'll get them milling about a little bit and should facilitate being able to get a nice broadside shot. Unless if they all just leave, which is not what they typically do. Probably just, oh nice, got a heart shot on them there. We'll just take those two. I don't really want to track a whole ways back, so. Wow, somehow that just made it right through the heart. That's crazy. Just dropped him in his tracks. Not easy to get to the heart on bison just because they're so thick, so much meat to get through. Hey, there he is. Let's go. There's our 5 medium European bison. His trophy estimate is 126 to 137. So he is just about a guaranteed diamond. They make diamond at 127. That is awesome. All right. I'm gonna have to find something fun to take him down with. I haven't thought about it. I'm at about 120, 125 kills in, and so yeah, it's gone pretty quick so far. So let's get in close and try and get a good look at him and a good shot on him. I'm running against the clock a little bit. We're right here at the end of their drink time, so I wanna mess around too long. Get into about 50 meters and hopefully get a broadside shot. Otherwise, oh no, and there they go. That is too bad. All right, let's see if I can just sneak on in here. All right, alert. All right, let's see if we can get a good shot here. Oh, it'd be fun if he went aggressive. Hopefully I got a good shot there. He's not going down. Alright, there it goes down. Looks like we got him. Hopefully, hopefully I made a good shot there. Could have always set the time back and come back, and we got vital blood. That's awesome. I could have always set the time back, come back, but for me that's not as much fun. It's trying to get the shot and get the job done. I like to simulate, it's not real life hunting. It's not anything similar to IRL hunting, but I like to simulate it as much as possible. You don't get do-overs, and you don't get, you can't just come back and the animal's going to be at the same exact place at the same time the next day. So for me, it's more fun to try to get it done right then and there. All right, buddy. What do we have? Is he going to make diamond? Let's go! Come on! That's what I'm talking about. 131.62. Whoo! I barely snuck in there and got that lung. Oh, that is awesome. Guys, that was so incredibly easy to get this guy to spawn. Once I had everything set up, my lake set up with my tents and my tripods, I hunted for a couple hours, 2 hours, maybe 3. Took about 120 kills to get him to come in, but man, it's so easy, especially with these big bison. You can easily work through a whole bunch of them, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a really fun hunt to do. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop on over and put him in the lodge. And then I may hop over to my main trophy lodge and throw the piebald in that I got earlier. There we go. I like that one. You can really see his horns. All right, And we're gonna have to find a spot for him. I probably don't have a ton of spots open, but I'm sure I can find something. All right, I've had this really nice gold dilute mule deer here for ages, but let's go ahead and swap in. Oh, mama, that is nice. I like that one. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for you as you try to spawn your very first, or maybe not. Maybe it's not your first. Maybe you're just trying to get another Diamond European Bison. But thanks for watching, guys. This is such an easy way to get a Diamond Bison in your lodge. It's a really fun hunt to go on. So thanks for watching, guys. Like this video if you would. Subscribe to the channel. Check out some of my other videos. And I'm going to continue to work through getting all of the diamonds in Hirschfelden. So we'll see you guys next time.